Good day everyone, I'm Teacher Justin and let's talk about remainder theorem. So, kailan nga ba natin gagamitan ng remainder theorem? So, we use remainder theorem to identify the remainder of a polynomial divided by a binomial. So, gagamitin natin to if we don't want to use long division or synthetic division in getting the remainder of two polynomials. So, let's have this example. Let's use the remainder theorem to identify the remainder of this polynomial divided by this binomial. So we have the polynomial x cubed plus 3x squared minus 2x plus 11. And yung binomial natin is x minus 2. So sa remainder theorem, ang first step natin is kukunin natin yung ating binomial and equate it to 0. Then let's solve for the value of x. So transfer negative 2 to the other side. That will give us x is equal to 2. Now, we will use the value of x being equal to 2 to replace all the variable x in our polynomial by 2. So we have p of 2 is equal to 2 cubed plus 3 times 2 squared minus 2 times 2 plus 11. Now let's simplify each term. So we have 2 cubed is 8. 3 times 2 squared, 2 squared is 4. Times 3 will be 12. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. Then plus 11. Now, let's add or subtract from left to right. So 8 plus 12 minus 4 plus 11. That will give us 27. And that will also serve as the remainder of our polynomial. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's have this second item. So let's use the remainder theorem to find the remainder of the polynomial divided by the binomial x plus 3. So, ang gagawin natin in our remainder theorem is for us to equate our binomial x plus 3 to 0. Tapos, let's solve for the value of x. So, lipat natin si 3 sa kabila. That will be x is equal to negative 3. And that value of x, gagamitin natin yan to replace all value of x dun sa ating polynomial. So, p of negative 3, let's replace all variable x by negative 3. So we will have negative 3 cubed plus the square of negative 3 minus 5 times negative 3 plus 10. Okay, let's simplify each term. So we will have the cube of negative 3 is negative 27 kasi negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. 9 times negative 3 is negative 27. Tapos, negative 3 squared is positive 9. Tapos, negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. And then, let's just copy 10. So, let's combine negative 27 plus 9 plus 15 plus 10. That will give us 7. And that will also be the remainder of our polynomial divided by the binomial x plus 3. So, that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's use the remainder theorem to find the remainder of the polynomial divided by the binomial x plus 1. So, ang first step natin in using the remainder theorem is to copy our binomial and equate it to 0. Tapos, we transfer our constant term to the other side, change the sign. That will give us negative 1. So, the value of x is negative 1. So, ang gagawin natin to identify our remainder is to replace all variable x by negative 1. So, we will have 2 times negative 1 cubed minus 3 times negative 1 squared plus 6 times negative 1 plus 10. Now, let's simplify each term. So, we will have negative 1 raised to 3 will be negative 1 times 2 will be negative 2. Tapos, negative 1 squared is 1. So, 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Tapos, 6 times negative 1 will be negative 6. And, copy lang natin si 10. So, we have negative 2 minus 3 minus 6 plus 10. So, combine natin yan. That will give us our remainder, which is equal to negative 1. So, when we divide this polynomial by our binomial x plus 1, our remainder will be equal to negative 1. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's use the remainder theorem to find the remainder of this polynomial divided by our binomial 2x minus 1. So, para makuha natin yung remainder without using synthetic or long division, ang gagawin natin is we will copy the binomial 2x minus 1 and equate it to 0. Tapos, let's solve for the value of x. So, lipat si negative 1 to the other side, change the sign. We will have 2x is equal to 1. Divide both sides by 2. That will give us the value of x, which is equal to 1/2. Now, yun yung value of x na gagamitin natin to get the remainder. So, let's replace all variable x by 1/2. So, palitan natin, we will have negative 4 times the square of 1/2 plus 10 times 1/2 minus 9. Now, let's simplify each term. So, we will have 1/2 squared is 1 over 4 times negative 4 will be negative 1. Then, 10 times 1/2 is 5, and then we copy negative 9. So, we have negative 1 plus 5 minus 9. That will give us our remainder that is equal to negative 5. So, ang remainder natin when we divide this polynomial by our binomial 2x minus 1 will be equal to negative 5. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's use the remainder theorem to find the remainder of the following polynomial divided by a binomial 2x plus 3. So, ito yung polynomial natin and ang binomial natin is 2x plus 3. So, let's identify the remainder. So, first step natin is for us to copy our binomial 2x plus 3 and equate it to 0. Then, let's solve for the value of x. So, lipat si 3 to the other side. So, we will have 2x minus 3. Then, let's divide both sides by 2 to isolate the variable x. So, x is equal to negative 3 over 2. Now that we have the value of x, yan yung gagamitin natin to identify our remainder. So, yan yung gagamitin natin to find the value of our remainder. So, ang gagawin natin is we will use the value of x, negative 3 over 2, and replace all variable x by negative 3 over 2. So, we will have negative 3 over 2 cubed plus 3 times the square of negative 3 over 2 minus 10 times negative 3 over 2 plus 15. Now, let's simplify each term. So, we have negative 3 over 2 cubed will be negative 27 over 8. Next, we have 3 times negative 3 over 2 squared. So, negative 3 over 2 squared is 9 over 4. Multiply natin si 3. That will give us 27 over 4. Next, negative 10 times negative 3 over 2 will be positive 15. And then we just copy 15 then. Now, let's combine our numbers and then we will get the value of our remainder, which is equal to 267 over 8. And that will be our remainder when we divide our polynomial by the binomial 2x plus 3. And that's it. Ta-da! Alright. Okay, let's use the remainder theorem to find the remainder of our polynomial divided by our binomial 3x minus 1. So, ang first step natin using remainder theorem is for us to copy our binomial 3x minus 1 and equate it to 0. Then, let's solve for the value of x. So, lipat natin si negative 1 to the other side to change the sign. So, we have 3x is equal to 1. Then, let's divide both sides by 3 to isolate the variable x. So, the value of x will be equal to 1/3. So, now that we have the value of x, gagamitin natin yan to solve for our remainder by changing all the value of x by 1/3. So, we have p of 1/3, then replace all variable x by 1/3. So, we will have negative 1 over 3 cubed minus 6 times the square of 1/3 plus 18 times 1/3 minus 16. Now, let's simplify each term. So, we have negative 1/3 cube. So, the cube of 1/3 is 1 over 27. Times negative 1, that will be negative 1 over 27. Next, the square of 1/3 is 1 over 9. So, multiplied by negative 6, that will be negative 2/3. Tapos, si 18, multiply natin by 1/3, that will be 6. Tapos, kopyahin lang natin si negative 16. Now, let's combine our numbers from left to right. So, we have our remainder that is equal to negative 289 over 27. And that will be the remainder when we divide the polynomial by the binomial 3x minus 1. And that's it! Ta-da! Alright. And that is it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have comments, questions, recommendations, suggestions for my next video, please leave them in our comment section below. Share this video and subscribe. And for more videos like this, you can go to my channel, Teacher Justin. And that is it for today. Again, I'm Teacher Justin. Goodbye, God bless, and stay safe. See you on my next video. Peace.